Ever meet a dentist who loves their job but only works 3 days a week? That's me. Hello, my name is Moon. I'm one of the general dentists working in Queensland, Australia, and I've been out of university for about 7 years. So that has been 5 years in the training and 7 years working as a general dentist. I enjoy being a general dentist and I have no immediate plans to specialize in any capacity. Today, I'll share 3 reasons why I adore dentistry, but why I choose to work only 3 days a week. The number one reason for that is the impact I have on my patients' lives. We all know that most people don't enjoy going to the dentist, and some would even go as far as saying, I hate the dentists because of past bad experiences, or just because they don't like the experience of being at the dentist. By being a dentist who adore dentistry, I can help my patients overcome that innate fear of going to the dentist. And one of my favorite moments in my day-to-day job is that when a patient comes in and they're visibly anxious about the procedure, and after we go through with the appointment, especially if we are doing something as aggressive as taking a tooth out, and the appointment went a lot better than they've expected, and they leave, with less pain or leave happier than when they came in, that really means a lot to me. And we all know how important smile is to someone's confidence, and we have the ability to transform someone's smile and boost their confidence, and that's one of the special magics we have as practitioners. I also do really enjoy the long-term relationship I get to build with my patients, seeing their kids grow up and seeing someone who converts from someone who only goes to the dentist when they have a problem to coming in regularly every 6 months, and you get to catch up with them about their work life, their personal life, and their holidays, their family's major events. And those conversations are what makes the relationship you get to build with your patient extra special and personal. And I really enjoy that aspect of general dentistry. And this is one of the main reasons why I have no interest in specializing. Why do I choose to work 3 days instead of 5? By working 3 days, it allows me to provide high quality care where I'm engaged all the time with my patients, because I think dentistry is a very mentally exhausting profession, because you pretty much spend your entire day with patient after patient after patient. And if you do have a little bit of time in between patients, you're quite often catching up on your notes or reading the notes for the next patient before you see them. So your brain is constantly being stimulated, and it's not a very physically demanding job, but it's very mentally demanding, because there is also very little room for error. Because imagine if you were a waitress working at a restaurant, if you make a mistake, let's say you drop a plate of food or you break a plate or glass, no one's hurt, right? But when you are a dentist and you are drilling the tooth of someone and you slip, that's not a good outcome for anybody. And we all hear in the news and read on newspapers about how dentists or doctors have screwed up here and there and end up in a massive lawsuit, and that just haunts us, and we don't want to have that nightmare. I'm also able to show up to work with more positive energy. I'm always happy when I'm at work. I remember when I used to work 5 to 5.5 days a week, there were days where I went into work just dreading it and looking forward to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I actually did have one patient tell me, you should look happier. And that was quite a wake-up call for me, because that was the point when I started questioning myself. Why am I not happy? Why am I dreading coming to work? I'm still reasonably new in my profession, and I shouldn't feel like I'm this tired all the time. The second reason why I love dentistry but only want to work 3 days a week is that I love the balance of science plus art that we get to do in dentistry. It's a little bit of creativity because when you're shading a filling or talking to your patient, it's an art form. And the science comes into it when you are problem solving, when you are putting together pieces of evidence to arrive at a diagnosis or differential diagnosis, and communicating that diagnosis back to the patient is again an art form of communication. And why I choose to work 3 days a week is so that I will have time on my off days to focus on my creativity hobby. I'm also passionate about teaching on the side, so I'm hoping to establish a platform where I can help young dentists thrive and stay in the profession for a long time, because I think dentistry should be a long-lasting, rewarding career. And it is really sad to see a lot of dentists are retiring early or forced to retire early because of injuries, because they've burnt out, and for all sorts of reasons. So, all those YouTube videos that teach you how to be successful on YouTube so that you can quit your 9 to 5 job. This is not what this video is about. I'm actually advocating for staying in your 9 to 5 job, but work a healthy amount that's good for your sanity, which that number can look different for everyone. Personally, I'm happy to go up to 4 days a week, but I don't think I would ever be keen to go back to 5 days a week, as long as I can make my ends meet, and I don't mind living a not super fancy dentist lifestyle, but I'm quite firm on not wanting to work too many days a week, just so that I can provide that level of high quality care that I really want to provide for my patient. That brings me to my third reason for why I enjoy dentistry, but I don't want to do it full time as 5 days a week conventionally, because it offers me the flexibility and it helps me avoid burning out. I have done this course through a dentist in the United States. His name is Dr. Stanley, and we actually share a exact same moment in our life where we went home to our respective partners and we said to them, I don't think I can do this anymore. And that was quite a low point in my career, that I thought maybe I just needed to stop doing dentistry for good. And earlier in this video, I talked about the physical demands of this job. Because we are doing a lot of repetitive motions, we are quite often hunched over the patient's head. And for those patients who can't be lied down fully flat, we might even have to go into really, really awkward positions and angles in order to treat them. And it's quite taxing on our wrists as well, just because we don't have the right posture or don't rest our fingers in the patient's mouth as we should, because our shoulders are not meant to take that load of holding our 2 arms in front of us for an entire day, 5 days a week. And if you want to learn more about how to have good posture when working as a dentist, I highly recommend Dr. Aniko Ball's course on how to have good posture so that your career can be sustainable. I will link the course of Dr. Stanley and Dr. Aniko Ball in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!